NFL Week 17 predictions. I'm filming this after the afternoon game, so I don't know the Sunday night or Monday night results yet, but let's predict. Got the Bengals versus Chiefs, the biggest game of Week 17. Both coming off big wins. Bengals with like a 41-21 win over the Ravens, and Chiefs with like a 36-10 win over the Steelers. Both coming off big wins, and both are looking good right now. Chiefs have now won 8 in a row, and Bengals have won like back-to-back good games. This is definitely a heavyweight matchup. Chiefs are 11-4, and Bengals are 9-5 or 9-6, and Chiefs are just too hot right now. Patrick Mahomes, they just killed the killed the Steelers killed the Steelers defense, and their offense looked much better. Their defense continues to be dominant. Their offense is now finding their groove, and Patrick Mahomes threw like 3 or 4 touchdown passes. For the Bengals, though, against the Ravens, Burrow threw 500 yards. Boyd, Chase, Higgins all had big games, and their defense held Baltimore. Even though Baltimore was starting their third string QB, they held their run game. And Chiefs are just too hot right now. And there are times when Bengals are kind of inconsistent. There are times when they just don't play that well. So I have the Chiefs winning. Look at the Colts versus the Raiders. Another sneaky good game. The Colts, they're hot. Raiders, I think they're back-to-back games at now 8-7. Colts beat the Cardinals on Saturday night, and the Raiders beat the Broncos. Beat the Broncos on. Beat the Broncos. For the Raiders, they definitely found a way to run the ball against the Broncos defense in the second half, and they did not rely on their car. And the Colts, Jonathan Taylor has been just carrying his team, but Carson Wentz also had a very efficient game. And Colts are just way too hot right now, and they're very balanced, and they found their winning formula. Wentz throwing play action, and Jonathan Taylor just running through their defense, and their offensive line. Hopefully, they get their starters back, but that could become a problem. But I don't see that happening. And the Colts defense is tough against the run, so I have the Colts winning. Then got the Patriots versus Jaguars. Patriots, even though they lost against the Bills, they're still a good team, and Jaguars just lost to the Jets. Bill Belichick is not going to lose this game. I have the Patriots winning. Then you got the Titans versus the Dolphins. Sneaky good game. Titans, they won against San Francisco on Thursday night, and the Dolphins play on Monday night. This one, Titans have not looked the same since Derrick Henry got injured, especially these last couple of weeks. Dolphins defense is blitz heavy, and they've actually done pretty well against the run. But by the way, Dolphins play on Monday night against the Saints. Their defense, it's been okay. It hasn't been dominant or anything, but Dolphins defense has been great during their winning streak, and Ryan Tannehill does not do well under pressure. I have the Dolphins upsetting, if that is an upset. Look at the Chargers versus the Broncos. I think the Broncos actually beat the Chargers the last time they played, but Chargers, they're coming off a loss against the Texans, and it was not a pretty loss. It was not close. And then you got the Broncos who lost against the Raiders. Chargers are so inconsistent, but when everything goes right, it goes really well. The Broncos, on the other hand, they're still starting Drew Lock, and he did not look great. Their defense could not stop the run game, and hopefully Austin Eckler comes back for the Chargers. If he does, I have the Chargers winning. Got the Steelers versus the Browns on Monday Night Football. Steelers, they just got dominated by the Chiefs. The Browns lost to the Packers on Saturday. And the Browns, it was definitely close against the Packers. They definitely showed resilience, even when they fell like a 12-24 hole. The Steelers, though, they're a very tough opponent. And playing in Pittsburgh, their defense has been off. But this is a divisional game. Anything can happen, and it's just too tough playing the Steelers on Monday night in Pittsburgh. So I have the Steelers winning. But the Bills versus the Falcons. Falcons defense is terrible. They barely beat Detroit, and their offense just isn't that good. I have the Bills winning. The Jets versus Buccaneers. One of the worst teams against one of the Super Bowl champion. I have the Buccaneers winning. Then you got the 49ers against the Texans. Another bad team, the Texans. They did beat the Chargers though. And they have been looking much, much better ever since Davis Mills. Mills has been playing great. San Francisco, they need this game though. I do not see them dropping it. As 49ers winning. The Ravens versus the Rams. Rams went against Minnesota. Definitely was not an easy game, but they came through. Matthew Stafford continues to be great. I think he's second in touchdown passes. Their defense, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, still lights out. The Ravens, though, they should be starting Huntley in this game, who had a good game 2 weeks ago, but they're too injured. Secondary, their secondary, their backfield, just way too injured against the Rams. The Rams are gonna take advantage of it. I have the Rams winning. At the Bears versus the Giants. Bears lost to Did they lose to Seattle? It was a close game against Seattle. The Giants lost to the Eagles. I don't really trust these. They're both disappointing teams. It's gonna be close. I'll just pick Chicago since I believe in their team, their defense a little bit more. I have the Bears winning. Then you got the football team versus the Eagles. Definitely an important game. The last time they played, the football team took an early lead, but then they lost. Football team currently is playing on Sunday night against the Cowboys. The Eagles come off a great game versus the Giants. And the running game for the Eagles have come alive, and I think it's going to be too much for the football team's defense. And the Eagles' defense is definitely a problem, so I expect this to be high scoring. And this game could go either way. I'm not sure. But the Eagles, I think they need this game more since they are in the cusp of the playoffs, especially with the Vikings losing. And the football team, I don't trust their defense, especially their run defense, and their offense has been sketchy at times. I have the Eagles winning. Saints versus the Panthers. Saints play on Monday night. Panthers just absolutely got thrashed by Buccaneers. Cam Newton, PJ Walker, Sam Darnold, none of them work. CMC is not here. The Saints, at least their defense is good, but their offense is terrible. But at least their defense is good, which is better than the Panthers. I have the Saints winning. Cowboys versus Cardinals. Cardinals on a total free fall. Cowboys playing Sunday night. Cowboys, their defense has been playing lights out, but their offense not together yet. Offense hasn't come together like earlier in the year. Cardinals are on a total free fall. Kyler Murray's having a terrible stretch of games. Their defense are allowing huge long drives, and they better fix it quick. And I don't see them fixing it against Cowboys, whose defense is lights out, and their offense at times can be good after Cowboys winning. But the Seahawks versus Lions. Seahawks lost to the Bears. Lions lost to the Falcons. Both were very, very close games. And this one could go either way. Seahawks has just been not great. Russell Wilson, he had a pretty good game versus the Bears. And the Lions, they started Tim Boyle. I don't even know how he has a team. And Lions are gonna make it close, but they play in Seattle. I have the Seahawks winning. The Packers versus the Vikings. Vikings beat the Packers last time, but they are not gonna sweep the Packers. Matt LaFleur is not gonna allow that to happen, and the Packers have been playing much, much better. It's gonna be close though. Their offense, especially in the fourth quarter, just hasn't kept its foot on the gas and have allowed close scores. Vikings lost to the Rams, by the way, but Vikings will keep this one close, but ultimately Packers will win. We have an NFL Week 17 predictions.